that on the second floor of this particular firehouse on 43rd Street, Rescue 1, it's the bunk room. You know, on the first floor you have the fire truck, the kitchen, and what have you.
Sure.
On the second floor you have the bunk room. And he said that one night he went up there between about 2:15 in the morning, and he, between runs, you can go into the bed, you know.
Can I ask Can I ask a stupid question?
Sure.
Lieutenant, in those firehouses, the old-fashioned thing was that there was a sliding pole between one floor and another, and you would see firemen sliding down it. Did that exist?
Oh, sure, of course.
Really?
Of course, yeah. They had two of them in each house. In this particular house, they had two, one up front and one in the back.
I always wondered if that was real normal or just sort of a media thing,
Oh, no, that's absolutely true.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
And to any New York City fireman, or any fireman, I suppose, for that matter, they would certainly know this, you know?
Okay.
At the time, I was assigned to Fort Truck, which was on 48th and 8th, 48th Street, right down. Anyway, he told me a story, and he said that this one particular night, he went up to the bed, and he was lying on his stomach. And by the way, this particular bunk room is extremely dark, or it was extremely dark. Pitch black. I mean, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, and the only thing you could see was the luminescent light up on the wall. And he looked up, and he saw it was about 3 o'clock or so, something like that. And then all of a sudden he felt a pressure on his ankles, like somebody grabbing his ankles, you know?
Yeah.
And then they moved up toward his calves and so on and so forth, you know? And he thought that he was one of the guys that, was playing a trick or, goofing on him, you know? And he said, when he got down to the back of his thighs, he said, that's it, I'm not putting up with this.
Right.
And he jumped up. In other words, he wasn't on duty, right? He was between two of us, right? They had a fire. This guy went to the fire between two of us. He wasn't officially on duty. Came back to the firehouse, went up to that particular rack, that particular bed, and died of a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
Really?
At that time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it was documented. And what he told me, the widow of the firefighter, and I don't know his name, but the widow of the firefighter never received any compensation. So, there was,
Wow. Maybe you can imagine the motive.
who knows? At first when I heard the story, I said, oh man, that's kind of hard to believe, you know? But, again, I told you, I saw the guy, and I said, Chris, is that really a true story? So I swear that this is true. And P.S., Rescue 1 on 43rd Street between 8th and 9th, burned down around, I'm not sure the exact year, I think it was about 1979, 1980. It was a tremendous fire. It was in the Daily News.
Wow.
But it burned down, and it was a tremendous fire. Totally took the place out.
Oh, brother. Lieutenant, thank you.
Okay.
Take care. There's a fire, Lieutenant. You see what I mean? The part that I'm struggling to understand, I guess I'm going to keep saying this, is how do these entities that no longer possess a physical body manifest physical states? I mean, how can they be touching you, choking you, scratching you, affecting you physically in any way at all in this dimension? Remember, they don't have a physical body anymore, right? So how do these stories, how does it happen? East of the Rockies, you're on the air alone.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. You're talking to me.
I am, yes.
All right.
Where are you?
I'm in Charleston.
Okay. Charleston, South Carolina, South Carolina.
And I'm a police officer, and that doesn't make me any more credible, I'm sure.
But yes, it does.
Anyway, I have had numerous experiences with entities, and I would probably say in my lifetime, 30 years, I've been probably 10 or 15.
How long have you been a police officer?
About 5 years. And I've had several on the job. But actually, the one I was going to talk
really odd. I remember every Halloween, every really evil thing that went on. I remember, I don't remember Christmas or anything nice in the house.
No, so give me any specific, we don't know a lot of it.
Well, make a long story short, I just went to bed and I laid down. I was about 6 or 7 years old, and when I laid down in bed, I'd turn my nightlight on and I'd lay down, and my brothers had went to bed, and they once I had laid down, I heard footsteps coming towards my door, and it's much like the other police officer talked about. Except the weird thing about this one was it wasn't a hazy glow or anything like that. It actually
chuck a spectral dog for whatever that's worth.
Wow. You know, I've always wondered what it was because I've always had experiences where I've actually seen figures. I've had doors bang. I've had a lot of things happen.
Yeah, but this thing looked like a dog.
But this thing was actually physically there. You know, it wasn't in the spiritual realm. It wasn't duality. It wasn't in the physical realm. And it tops my list as far as something that I can actually put my finger on, you know, and literally touch. If I had reached down, I probably could have touched it.
But well, of course, you don't know that for sure.
I don't know that for sure, but the thing was is that it scared me to the point where I'd actually covered up and I started praying. And I was always wondering if anybody else had that same experience or if there was something in the literature.
Well, maybe I just answered your question for you. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that myself.
But the thing that really troubled me about the whole thing is I never spoke about it. I never told my family. And, you know, I'm the youngest of two brothers.
Right.
You know, I never told anybody. And 7 years ago, I was sitting there talking to my brother, and the thing that shocked me, the whole situation was we had started talking about, he's also a police officer, and I spoke to him about, you know, old houses, and he said, I didn't like this place, and I said, why? And he said, well, I had a problem there. And I said, what was that? And he described the creature to me.
The same creature?
The same creature, and he said he was homesick, and he was laying on the couch, and he described it to a T, and I interjected periodically so he knew that I knew exactly we both saw the same thing. Well, we both validated it about each other.
That, my friend, thank you very much. That's as creepy as it gets. To see something, you know, perhaps demonic. I mean, you can always later sort of close your mind, right, and think to yourself, no matter how real the experience was at that moment, hey, I dreamed it. I had some, you know, some kind of hallucination, something. But when somebody else saw exactly the same thing, then your options begin to dwindle pretty far. Weston Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey there.
Hey.
Okay, where are you? Oh, I'm in Reno.
Reno, okay.
You on POH.
And you're on a cell phone.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, now, just bear with me here. When I lived in Colorado Springs, I was living in a house in the northwest part of town. And it was a very hot summer evening. Well, probably about 8:30. I was sitting there watching TV. And we had this ghost there that just walked up and down the stairs. That's all it ever did. Just walk up and down the stairs.
A ghost that you saw or just heard?
Just heard. You heard the footsteps.
Okay.
When you came in the front door, there was a little foyer and 3 steps into the basement and then like 8 steps up to the living room.
Okay.
And it constantly walked from the basement up the steps and then back down again. So I got fed up because I lived in another haunted house a couple of years earlier, and the ghost there was pretty friendly. So I said to this one, I said, well, is that all you can do? Just walk up and down? Can you materialize? Can you speak? What?
Yes, and I guess it considered that an invitation, right?
Yes, it did.
And it was.
I was sitting there in a chair, and then all of a sudden, like I said, it's very warm evening, must have been in the mid-80s, had the windows open, and it walked right up next to me, and all of a sudden, I was freezing. The hair stood up on the back of my neck, and I got goose flesh. It was totally creepy, and I felt this, you know, how you can tell when your wife's angry at you. I seriously got, you don't experience it much, but
Oh, don't you kid yourself.
but you know, you could feel the anger.
Yes.
And I could just feel it, and I was going, oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
I think that's a very, very good analogy, sir. Very good. Every man out there, and probably every woman too, from the other side, knows exactly what you're talking about. Oh, yes, I know that. Oh, yes.
And that's the only thing I ever had in mind. In the previous house, we used to have windows fly open, doors fly open, lights go on, banging, pounding on doors.
That's why I've had a lot of work. At one time during one of these programs, it wasn't the knock at my door. I mean, you gotta remember, I live inside, you know, a regular home, and I have my converted studio here, and what I heard hit my door was more like a pile driver. I mean, it wasn't a knock. Trust me, it was a boom! You know, that kind of thing on my door right during the middle of one of these ghost-to-ghost shows. And it scared the you-know-what out of me. I mean, right in the middle of the show. I ran over the door, and I did open it. There was absolutely nothing there. But I mean, this was almost going to break it off the hinges kind of kaboom on my door. So I've come to the conclusion that
truck driver, and I get you on the I got an FM radio. I get you on the S channel.
right.
And anyway, I team with my husband, so we're coast to coast.
What part of the world are you in now?
Right now, I'm in Ludlow, California,
Okay.
and this happened right outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now you got to understand, we're used to sleeping in different areas. Nothing's ever happened before.
Sure.
But we were outside of Albuquerque on I-25 in a rest area.
And you got a bunk up behind, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, we got a sleeper first.
Right.
And this happened in a rest area right at the 163 marker
Uh-huh.
in Billon, New Mexico.
Right.
And I had just quit driving. I had been listening to you like I always do. And I just quit driving. I was tired. My husband was already sleeping. So I put on my nightshirt and I was brushing out my hair. And so I turned everything off when I got done, and I climbed in behind my husband like I normally do. Something kept telling me to look behind me. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this, you know. So I just closed my eyes, you know. And I'm not asleep yet because I had just laid down, and it takes me a while to relax. All of a sudden, my body was totally numb. Now this is the God's truth. My body was totally numb. I could not move my body. This noise started coming out of my mouth, and I'm trying to speak. I'm trying to get my husband.
What kind of noise?
Like a good one, it went like that.
Yes.
And my husband is still snoring, and I'm trying to move my fingertips to get him awoke because I can't hardly move, but I'm willing my fingertips to touch him, and I'm trying to get his name out. I'm thinking, am I having a stroke here? What's going on? You know?
Right.
And that's what I'm thinking. But I'm like, no, that's not going, because my mind's working here. And all of a sudden, my body, I thought I was going to start levitating. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm start praying in my mind because my husband and I are very religious. And I start praying, you know. And finally, I don't know how, but my husband got awoke. But in the meantime, the middle part, because I'm keeping my legs and arms, trying to keep them down, but the middle part of my body starting to move up. I'm like, oh, please God, make it go away, please
And
God.
this is when your husband woke up?
My husband woke up, he goes, what's going on with you? And then it just left. And my husband,
And you just sort of flopped back down?
I had already come back down. I didn't fully go up just because I'm, you know, just the middle part of my body's moving.
Did you recognize anything that came out of your mouth?
No, nothing but this noise. And like I said, I'm trying to go this, like this, you know.
Sure. You got his name, sure.
Yeah. And so, you know, I'm thinking, is this one of these things where, you know, you're asleep, what do you call that? You think you're asleep, but you're not, or something, you know what I'm talking?
Of course.
And I'm like, this ain't going on, because I wasn't asleep yet. I had just fallen in bed, and something was telling me, turn over to my side and look. I'm like, oh no, this is too creepy. I'm not looking. I closed my eyes.
So
And that's when
something
entered my body.
inhabited you, I was going to say,
Yes.
for a period of time.
Yeah, and now, and what was really weird when I pulled into this rest area, Like when us drivers pull in late at night in the rest area, you can't find a parking spot.
I hear you. I've got a big RV, and I've tried to fight for those spots, so I know.
Yeah, there was only 2 other trucks there. I'm like, this is strange.
Tell me exactly where it was again.
Okay, it was right outside of Albuquerque.
At mile marker
163.
163. All
It's
right.
the rest area on 25.
All right. Well, then, some other. Well, listen, we're out of time, but some other truckers, I'm sure, will give mile marker 163 a try because these things tend to hang out at the same place. All right, first-time caller line is restricted for Guam, only Guam. area code 775-727-1222, just as soon as I clear this line. And on that line, you're on the air. Where are you calling from, sir? You don't want to say, do you?
No, not necessarily, if I can help it.
You're a federal law enforcement officer?
Yeah, I can verify all this. I'm the side if you want to get the information without being here.
I understand, sure.
We're the federal officer that you've seen unmarked trucks that drive along government property to keep people out where they shouldn't be.
Okay.
I have two quick things to say. One, I had two experiences in my life. One recently and one when I was about 17. We had I don't know, it's an old house in Detroit, in an old area. And I was in grade where I was 9 kids in the third part of the house, and I had some strange happenings. And things got worse to the point where I started putting locks in the door. Well, one night I was asleep, I woke up, and my door was actually just ripped to the hinges. And nothing was missing, but I slept through that, which I'm a very light sleeper.
You slept through your door being ripped off the hinges.
So 4 locks on the door, because it was, and I never went to that part of the house again, ever.
Where did the door end up? I mean, was it on the floor?
It was just ripped up and laid down, right there on the floor.
Okay.
And recently I was with another officer, and we were going into a closed area. An area where nobody should be whatsoever.
Right.
And we both went through the gate, we closed the gate behind us, and we looked up front of us, he said, "Do you see what I see?" Yeah, there's something up there. We got in the truck, and we gunned it, and either this person could run about 70 miles an hour, or they just got away from us. And we were in an area where you could see everything within about 4 square miles. But it's strange that two people can see the same thing, and we both looked at each other and said, "We got him."
No, it's not.
Whatever it was, the shadow ran in front of us. It was right early in the morning, before sunrise. It ran in front of us for probably about maybe, I'd say a good 400 or 500 yards. It was about 1,000 yards in front of us when we went through the gate.
And you're trying to tell me this thing had to be moving at 70 miles an hour?
Yeah, because I guess, we were going to get this person, or whoever it was, and find out what they were doing in this area. And we were looking at you like, we can't believe this is happening. And finally around the corner, there's somebody there. And
I don't know what to tell you. I really appreciate your story.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I like listening to you guys out there. Maybe not, a lot of us listen to you. And you guys really entertain us good night, and keep us good work.
I do believe it. Thank you very much, sir. All right, that clears that line. Now, only Guam on that line. See, I have good feelings the other way. I'm going to get Guam trivia right now. There's yet another law enforcement officer. Well, these fellows work at night. And they work at night, and many times they work in pairs, and they are trained observers. So, yeah, you give them a little more credibility. Absolutely everywhere. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hello.
Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, okay. I live up at a place called, can I say the name of the place?
Well, I don't know. It depends on, is it like a hotel or?
No, it's area is known for the world's biggest fig tree. I'll leave it at that. It's a lot of legends.
Okay, you can tell me where you live.
Oh, it's a place called Big Springs,
In what state?
Arizona.
Arizona, okay.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
All right.
There's a lot of legends about the area itself. But one particular night, my mother and a friend of ours were up there, and we're just hanging out in the main trailer. My parents caretook the land for the people who owned it. And we're just talking about different stuff. It was nighttime, and I started getting really nervous. I was pretty young at the time. Started getting very, very nervous. About like I am now, as a matter of fact. The other two people who were with us, my mom and the other person, were also getting nervous, but they were trying to pretend like everything was okay because they didn't want to scare me. I look back behind me, and I see a guy lying on the bed in the living room. We're in the kitchen, you could see in the living room, there's a bed there. And he was floating about a foot off the bed. And about that time, I said to the people, my mom and the other person, I think we should leave now.
Well, describe this as best you can. Floating, you said.
Yeah, he bed, except he wasn't on the bed. He was above the bed.
But what I'm trying to get at is in every other way fully materialized.
He was partly see-through. He wasn't totally solid. Yeah. He was like partly there, partly not type of thing. I've seen a lot of ghosts before like that.
Well, if you get a chance to check my website, you'll see a picture of a lady halfway through a door. And when I say through a door, I don't mean walking through a door. I mean coming through a door.
Okay. I'll be sure and check that out. But anyhow, we decided to gather. By the way, there were people hung on that the fig tree there before it was originally chopped down. But anyhow, we left the building and started going down the hill. It was pretty dark out. We're going down this hill to head to where we stayed in a small travel trailer. And we hear a noise like a clunk noise behind us. And we tried to look back, but we couldn't see what it was. And we just took off running. All of a sudden, I freeze. I look back, and I see way up in the sky. I look straight up. I see in the sky what looks like a small piece of metal, maybe 2 foot by 3 foot piece of metal, and like a small tin or aluminum garbage can flying in the air. It makes a circle around me, and I hear a crash behind this one little rock shed that was up there. I was frozen on my spot, so one of the other people had to grab me and pull me in the trailer. We all compared notes and found out that we were all feeling kind of weird vibes and everything about the area when we were in there. So the next day, because it was too dark to go out that night, the next day we went out and looked and investigated to see what it was. The clunking noise behind us was actually a tin garbage can. But the 2 pieces of metal I saw up in the sky, I mean, this is Arizona. We don't get tornadoes in here.
Yes.
And the ground wind was not that bad.
What are you saying happened to you? I mean,
This piece of metal was about the size of an average living room. It was 2 pieces of metal, and what it was a roof off of a porch shed that was at the trailer.
Oh my God.
After having told the story to several people, we found out the trailer that had happened in, that someone had gotten shot by the police in. They had escaped from something. They ran from the police and they got shot in there. And the person told us, well, we can prove it. But look by the back door and you'll see bullet holes there. And so we went and looked by the back door. There weren't any bullet holes, but there were some pieces of duct tape. We started looking under the duct tape, and sure enough, there's bullet holes.
There's bullet holes all over there. All right, well, thank you very much. You see, ghosts seem to manifest themselves most frequently from those who either die unexpectedly, die in the middle of a passionate love affair, commit suicide, hang themselves, blow their heads off, that kind of thing. Those type of deaths, violent deaths, seem to bring this sort of thing. Why, I don't know. It may be the speed of the death, but, if that was true, then you would think that most people that got hit by trucks or walked out into the middle of traffic would be ghosts as well, wouldn't you? And yet it appears to be this hand of man violent death, whether it be one's own hand or another hand, that produces the entities that stick around. So go figure. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello? Hello? Yes.
Yeah, hi. This is Mark from St. Louis.
Hello, Mark.
I was listening to your show and I heard one of the police officers call, and he had a story about, he called it a demon dog.
Oh, the dog-like creature, yes.
Right. Okay, well, I got a story similar to that, only it's not a dog, but it has similarities. When I was a kid, I grew up in a family of I was the youngest of 5, and I was sharing a bedroom with my sister, who was the second youngest from me. I was the youngest, she was the next one up. And so I'm going to say maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old the first time I saw this thing. The a very distinctive memory for me, and it's hard for me to even talk about it without getting the chills. I was asleep, or not quite yet asleep. I was in bed. My sister was, her bed was in the corner of the bedroom, farthest from the door. My bed was closest to the door. Right. It was dark. It was nighttime. I have no idea. I'm trying to remember how late it was, but I know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, everybody in the house was asleep. The lights were off, and I saw something come through the bedroom door. And at first,
When you say come through the bedroom door, do you mean
like your picture, only just had no definition on that picture on your website.
have you seen that picture?
Yeah, you can make out eye sockets and things on your picture.
I mean, oh my God, that thing is
I almost thought that door looked like there was something superimposed.
It's
because
either in that
the door
door,
changes color.
it's either in that door or coming through it.
But this was similar to that. Okay, now I'm in a dark bedroom, and I don't know how I can accurately describe this, but I'll give it a shot. There's such a thing as darker than, or blacker than night. Okay, that's the best way for me to describe this thing. Because your eyes will gradually adjust to even a dark room.
That's correct.
And so I thought I see something really hit. It was like a black void. Is the best way I could describe it. It was no dimensions. It was just a black void. It was about where somebody's head would be, that high up on the door. And I remember squinting my eyes and opening them again and thinking, what the heck is that?
Sure.
And I'm looking, and it starts coming through a little bit more. And what it was this thing's head. Okay? And it poked its head through just a little bit, and on the side of its head, I could see, like, again, blacker than black, wispy arms coming through, like the hands were being extended, and they were coming through the side, from the side of the head. And the head comes in farther, and it looks around in the room. And the whole time I'm thinking, am I seeing things? Am I imagining this? And more I look at it, I'm getting scarer and scarer, and it's taking on a form. And my sister's asleep, and I'm getting scared to death seeing this thing, and it finally comes through the door, floats through the door all the way. I could see it was smooth shaped, meaning it didn't look like it had wild hair or anything. It was completely black, but the head was round, like a mannequin's would be. And I remember seeing arms and a torso. I'm peeking through my covers. I got my covers probably like up to my nose at this point, looking at this thing. And the way I'll never forget the way it moved. It was like a burglar was like he would move, like if he was tiptoeing. It was very, like, almost stalking the room with his head crouched down, and the arms were kind of up in the air. And the arms, there were really no hands. They just kind of ended in long tendrils.
Well, the long tendrils, this sounds classically like a shadow person story.
Exactly.
I mean, as you describe it as blacker than black.
Blacker than black.
Something that would be black within a totally dark room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's something I want to describe here, because I think this is just as important or prominent as the actual seeing it. Sure. There was, again, this is from a kid, so 7 or 8 years old, I felt a presence of evil like you would not imagine. There was no way, even at that young age, that I think this was a ghost. I mean, I was scared out of my shorts. To me, this thing was not a spirit of somebody that had come back. This thing was, I'm thinking this thing is from hell or something coming next.
Well, that is why, again, folks, that I'm saying, we call these ghosts, but that's just a name. We don't know for sure what they are. In some cases, they may be departed, managing to manifest back on the earthly plane here, right? But they might not be human either. Many of these things may not be human, and so I'm tending toward the physical manifestation, particularly physical attack type stories. so I can try and get a better grasp of what it is that we're dealing with here. I don't know if that's possible. I want to reiterate that because of the screw-up that apparently Guam can't get through on the international line, I am going to hold this first-time caller line open for Guam only. All right? I know you're out there this afternoon trying to get through, so keep trying. It's area code 775-727-1222. And of course, lines are totally jammed, but I need the audience to cooperate. Do not call that number. Let Guam get through, please, on that number. Guam only. Area code 775-727-1222. Otherwise, use any other line. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Oh, Art?
Hi. We don't have a whole lot of time before the top of the hour.
Let me do this real quickly.
All right.
I'm a retired sheriff's captain.
Yes, sir.
One night, the dispatch supervisor ran out of paper at the computer and wanted me to go with her into the courthouse to retrieve some paper. She would not go there alone. This is an old Western courthouse in which the jail was in the basement. A number of people had been hung there, killed themselves there, and she was scared to death of it.
Right.
We went up the front door, which was a double glass door, and unlocked the door, and when I opened the door and put I had a flashlight, didn't want to turn the lights on, and there's a set of stairs, and at the top of the stairs, you like cats who enjoy this, there was a ghost cat standing there. And when I shine my light on it, he reared his back up like a cat will, and hissed at me, and attacked me, ran down the stairs, and ran at me, ran up my body, and according to the dispatcher, went through me. I didn't see the cat go through me. She said it went through me. She saw it come out the back end of me.
Holy moly!
When it shocked me so bad, I just lost my composure there for a minute. I dropped my flashlight. I picked the flashlight back up, and I had to turn it back on, and I shined it up to the top of the stairs, and there was a man standing there. A ghostly-looking man, and he just slowly dissipated and went away.
I don't know what to say about that.
This cat has scared me to death. I mean, it was not a physical cat. She told me that from that day forward she'd never go back in there again. And she said that was the first time.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't do it either. In fact, I probably quit. Go find another job. Or transfer or something. Listen, I gotta go. We're up here at the top of the hour. I appreciate your call. You're welcome. Thank you very much, officer, and take care. So many law enforcement officers, people who are trained to observe things. And I guess that at times, with this marches and dramatic attacks, and it jumps right through.
so if I can be on something, it's kind of nice.
Listening to KGUM?
Yeah, K57.
That's it, K57.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's what, a Saturday evening there by now, huh?
it is. The sun is now starting to set.
Actually, just starting to go down now. Okay, all right. Well, what's up?
Well, I'm really sorry that True Tomorrow didn't get through here first. Hopefully more will come in. Ghost stories or spirit stories, might be more accurate, are very much a part of the culture here and are experienced very regularly. On islands, they're usually referred to as the Calcamona, which I believe, it literally translated means the original one.
Oh, isn't that interesting? I lived on Okinawa for 10 years, and that was a very, very haunted island. There's something about islands, huh? Yeah, well, and there's quite certainly a lot of violence has taken place here and on this island and probably on Okinawa as well. You were mentioning earlier, you didn't use the word violence, but Oh, no, there was a lot of violence here. People were burned in caves on Okinawa.
sure, it's not much different here. It's kind of scary. But there's also something called the duendes, which is really more rest out. It was so intense. And I couldn't believe this was happening to me instantly. Like the last caller who said that he prayed to Jesus and he tried to get something, nothing happened. Well, that wasn't the case for me. I prayed to Jesus and I prayed to the Lord and I asked him to cast whatever it was out of my room. It took no longer than 10. It felt like an hour.
And it smelled really bad.
Like rotten egg. Like rotten egg.
Okay, well, we're going to dub that one the Mr. Hinky Monster. We hovered over, and it was foul. It's actually scary stuff, you know, and it's really serious stuff. What are these things? What are these things? West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going? Yeah, I have an entity attack story.
You too, huh? I've got this special MD attack line, and you guys, there's so many of you, you're leaking in my other lines. Okay.
Well, you know, it's amazing to think, though, that how common I think it actually is.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's, I think, well, I have a theory on what happened, but first let me tell you what happened to me.
Sure.
Okay, when I was probably about 8 years old, I remember I was at a house that I was living at with my grandparents and my father and, his ex-wife, to be. Well, I was in the room, okay, and I was scared, you know, just basically because of the dark. I didn't like sleeping in the dark. So then my dad left the front door or the bedroom door open with the hall light on so that I wouldn't be quite as afraid. Well, I began to lay down, and I remember I was still, you know, kind of scared, and I lay there for a while, and I remember feeling afraid still, but I hit my head under the covers, you know, like kids do. But I was too afraid to go to sleep. So I know I was 100% awake. And I felt a presence, like I have through my life many times actually, but I felt this presence. And I was on a bunk bed, and I was on the top bunk. And whatever this was, of course I believe it was a spirit, well, it pushed me on my chest. Now when it pushed me on my chest, it didn't just like push me and, you know, I felt pushed. I mean, it pushed me. And when it
So if I'd been on the bottom bunk, I would have seen this giant indentation forming right as I checked for it.
I also heard the thump that came when I bounced off the bed and hit the ceiling directly from it. And I hit the ceiling because it was really close to the ceiling anyways, and it was a pretty bouncy mattress. But when it touched me, and I bounced and I hit the ceiling, I remember I was so frozen with fear, you know, and I could barely like yell. But when I finally was able to, man, my dad, he knew I was like scared, so he came in there, and I told him something pushed me, and when I told him it hurt my chest, and so he opened up my chest, and you know, it's funny with all the stories that you've had on your program, of people saying that there are handprints of me. Well, sure enough, I had 2 handprints on my chest. And, which is weird, you know, because it's like, but anyway.
No, it's not weird because it verifies what you just said. What did your dad say?
Well, my dad is my family, I mean, I don't mean to sound, you know, like everybody's got their ghost stories and stuff, but my family, we've been very open to these types of occurrences, but, you know, it's like...
Yeah, but you know, I'm not going to say these aren't ghosts, because who the heck really knows?
Exactly.
But
I think I do. I do know that they are personally from within, but that's just something different. I myself...
or you believe from within, you know, the monster of the id. In other words, you created this thing yourself.
Well, my perception itself of its existence. Like, in other words, why would it actually have the ability to physically assault somebody if it's not physical? I believe it's because of the awareness of what it wants to do. And sometimes, if you are fearful like a child often is,
Yes.
then it preys on fear. And that which is a fear becomes a manifest into physical. See what I mean?
Yeah, I see exactly what you mean. I think that that's entirely possible, that the amount of fear is actually able, or an emotion is able to generate that which is feared. It builds on itself, and it feeds on itself, and you create it. Yes, exactly. That's as good an explanation as any.
And perfect love, you know, it's been said in the Bible, you know, not that I'm a Bible thumper, but, you know, it's like, I can see validity in all religions. By faith, I'm a Christian, but I couldn't see Jesus giving Buddha a black eye, you know. But I think without a doubt, hands down, that perfect love, as it says, casts out fear, but I think perfect love comes through being wise through the years, right? And basically through growing as a human being. But when you're a child, you're naive and you're sensitive to these things. And that's why it comes to children a lot.
Can you know perfect love without having experienced perfect fear, perfect anger, perfect depression? You know, in other words, can you understand perfect love until you've been the other place?
Well, you know, believe it or not, my personal feel on that is that when you actually feel perfect love, and when you experience it and you find it, of course it does come through rising above not being perfect. But see, rising above not being perfect has to come through serious pain.
Yeah.
It's a medicine of the soul.
That's what I think too, sir. Thank you very, very much for the call. I just don't think you could know it, and certainly not appreciate it unless you had experienced the opposite. On my energy attack line, you are on the air. Hello.
Yeah. I'm Richard from Houston.
Hi, Richard.
About 1979, I was sleeping here beside my wife. I woke up, something was pushing me down onto the mattress. And I couldn't see anything. I could see the ceiling all. And I was desperate. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't yell. I tried to yell, and all that came out was a little bitty squeak in my voice, and I was frantic.
Was it like hands?
It was a weight on my entire body.
All right, so an overall weight.
Overall weight. And I struggled harder, and I was getting desperate for breath. And I must have struggled hard or something. I just gave up, because when it quit, when it let up, the mattress rose an inch or two. And then it was gone. And
If you had not struggled against it, what do you think would have happened?
I have no idea. I was in a panic.
Well, I'm sure you were. But you didn't consider what might have occurred.
Oh, no. Giving into it?
Well, or not, just not struggled. Perhaps somebody else might have imagined they could struggle against something like this, and they would have just submitted.
I don't know. I know it was heavier than I am. I weigh 200. So right away. Can I mention one more thing?
Yes.
That sound you hear with a Bigfoot?
Yes.
That's not a Bigfoot. That's a U.S. Navy sonar.
Well, people
How do I know?
Well, yeah, but how do I know? Please,
I know the sound. I'm a retired chief sonar, and I heard that sound.
I heard that. Believe me, I've heard this, but we have provenance on the sound, sir. In other words, we know who recorded it, where they were in the woods, not undersea. A lot of people have said it sounds like sonar, and I understand that it does sound a little bit like that. But trust me when I tell you, we have the provenance on this tape, and that it is not sonar. We know who recorded it and where. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hello.
All right?
Yes.
Well, you cut me off on the other line by an attack story, but I wasn't alone. I had someone with me.
What do you mean?
girlfriend in the desert. This happened in March of 1993.
And what happened?
Well, I was observing some lights about 100 miles away coming from the south, going due north. Looked like it was coming from San Diego up over Palm Springs. And observed this for about 10 minutes. I called my girlfriend's attention to this. We were camping out near 29 Palms.
Right.
And I did my last year and a half in the Navy at Top Gun. There's so many aircraft flying around down there. It's hard to keep track of them.
Sure.
This one got my attention, and I couldn't tell you exactly why, but and this sounds bizarre, but I've never told anyone this story.
Well, we've got less than a minute, so...
Well, I'm dying to know if there's other people that had something like this happen, but this ball, this light ball, came out of this large craft, and it came right up in front of us, about 48 inches away. It was about the size of a basketball. It was extremely brilliant, looked like the end of a sparkler, and it literally, I could feel it sting my brain quickly, and then it went to my girlfriend, and it spent some time with her, and then it left. Just shot up into the sky and went back to this large craft. She was very traumatized by this and spent about 8 months in therapy.
Boy, that's some story. And you sound okay, huh?
Well, we were frightened to death.
I believe me, I understand. All right, thank you very much. The ball of light in the brain, and then wonder what it did with the information. They downloaded from you. I'm Art Bell. This is Coast to Coast AM. We should see some of the fast blasts that I'm getting tonight. Shelley in California writes, I was attacked by a spirit who plunged a butcher knife into my pillow and then told me what he wanted. Shelley, you should fast blast me your phone number. No one else will see it, just me, and I'll call you and we'll get that story on the air. So if you have a similar story, and it's really a very, very good one, you know, you can fast blast me a phone number, and I'd be more than happy to get hold of you. In the meantime, the lines are jammed, so the odds of any single person making it through are, somewhat slim. On my entity attack line, you are on the air. Hello?
Hello there, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Good, sir. Mr. Paul calling from KSCE.
Sacramento, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm at the Hesler Baptist Church. 6'9", 370 pounds.
You are 6'9", 370?
Yes, sir.
Ay. So you're not like a bouncer for the church, right?
Oh, no, sir. Of course not. This is what happened, sir. Even I don't believe it, but it happened. Matter of fact, it happened this year in March. I was in bed sleeping. They say no. Of course, I have a specialized California king-size bed to sleep in. They're so big. However, it went through the door. That entity. It went right through the door. I'm looking right at it. And it's coming right towards me. It just about, I'm getting ready to leap on it. Because I thought it was someone, broke in the house.
Yeah, well, of course.
And I looked at it, whoa, no face.
No face.
It's like,
That's bad.
yes, very bad, no face. It wasn't walking. It was gliding towards me.
Gliding, another bad sign.
No hands.
Real bad.
And it said, I'm going to get you.
Oh, okay.
I said, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get me. And all of a sudden, it stopped. It reversed, floated. I'm not going to get you. I'm going to get your wife. It went towards my wife, grabbed her ankle, threw her off the bed onto the floor, and hit her head and whole body hit to bleed. Immediately, of course, I applied pressure on it. It stopped.
Was there a physical cut, you know, the reason for the bleeding, or was this just blood through the skin?
This is just a blood coming from and through the skin. No cut at all.
Holy moly.
And it's amazing because we were talking in March of this year.
Yes.
I'm a heart patient. A month later,
You're lucky to still be alive now.
that's correct. A month later, I was in the hospital in San Francisco, and same thing happened to me again. I'm supposed to be there for a couple of days. I was there for 3 weeks in the hospital. What happened was on the third night, my heart stopped. Yeah, it just stopped. I didn't know it stopped. And that immediately off to the right, there was the same energy again. It reminded me of the headless, what's called Canada headless horseman. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the hood. Don't say. It says it's time to come with me now. I looked at him and said, I'm not scared of you, whoever you are, and I'm not coming with you. Immediately, it said that it was coming towards me. And then, automatically, the nurse or the doctor was putting those two, what's called supposed to,
Paddles?
it pedals my chest. Immediately, I woke up. And I said, what happened? He said, I went into heart failure. And my heart stopped for the last 8 seconds.
Oh, listen, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I am curious.
Yes.
What kind of life have you led?
Afterwards,
Oh, no. No. Previously.
what type of life?
In other words, well, let me sort of lay it out this way. It seems as though at critical moments you're having encounters with folks that aren't likely to lead you to the up escalator. And I'm curious what kind of life you led.
Got married, wow, a year out of college. I'm 45 years old now. Went from, I played professional football for 1 year. Had to stop it at the heart. I was going to heart problem.
Who did you play for?
Seattle.
You played for the Seahawks.
Yeah. And then, after I got waived, my wife became Hawaii. So I went to Hawaii, and I got hired over there on a very prominent bank over there. I stayed there for the last, 18, 19 years. Just get back recently. Again, the heart started back up again. That's why I had to get out of that banking environment. I was senior vice president of the bank.
The banking's probably as bad as professional football for the Hawks.
Yes, it is. But it's just, again, I've been listening to the program the last 15 years, and I was declined to call because this is true. I can't believe it. I mean, it only happened once, it happened twice, and it's very, I was scared. It's just, why was you're petrified?
Would have done the trick for me. What's it like listening to other people with, somewhat similar stories? Well, it must be strange. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people think this only happens to them and maybe in the movies.
Oh, no, again, I remember I used to be a assistant pastor in the church. I had started with the heart. I heard many stories in the church. I went to Catholic, I'm sorry, it's called those guys. The bishop. Yeah, it could have been about 5 years ago to help assist him exercise a person. And my wife firmly believes that whatever it was probably following me. Because person took about a long time to get that energy out of the particular individual. And it was very, very nerve-wracking. It takes a lot of years to go through this training. And at the time, again, I had a heart problem.
Well, I hope in the future, any future crisis you have brings something a little brighter to light your way, my friend. Thank you
be like driving out of the parking lot, the wheels would fall off their cars, and just numerous accounts of just horrible encounters with different type of entities in their home and stuff. And we were talking one night, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, right up in the little corner of the room, it was like there were tens of thousands of angels in a circle looking down on us. It was like all these eyes were just beaming down on us. And I know this sounds really freaky, but I'm telling you, at the same time, we both seen it, and just chills just went up and down our body. And it was the most frightening thing. I mean, it was frightening, but in another sense, it was kind of,
Maybe that was a circle of protection.
it may have been, but I tell you, when me and my brother were children, we used to get visited by this woman called the Dog Stall Woman. She used to climb down out of the attic from the closet.
She lived or appeared in, she lived in that closet, you believe?
Yeah, she came down out of the attic every night.
Every night.
Yeah, and she would look at us and stuff. She was a dark figure. And I mean, you talk about two scared kids. We were horrified. Our hair would stand up on the back of our necks and just goosebumps all over us. And we would try to scream, and you couldn't get nothing out, you know, because you're so horrified. And
What did she want?
I don't know. We told our mom and dad about it, and our mom, she kind of believed us, but our dad, you know, he always was real skeptical. He didn't believe anything. And one night, it sounded like somebody was setting the table in the dining room with knives, forks, spoons, plates, just like somebody was setting the table, like about 2:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And my brother and I, we were petrified, you know, because we had this room right off the dining room, and my mom and dad were in the front of the house, and we were witnessing all of this stuff, and we could see like two legs, white legs. Do you know what I mean? Like the pajamas of the old-fashioned pajamas?
Sure.
Yeah, with the like lace around the bottom.
Sure.
Now we would see two legs jumping over the table, back and forth, and then walk around the table, and you could hear plates and stuff being set out on the table. Then the spirit would come through the doorway there into our room and walk around our bed and grab our legs and stuff, and it was just horrible. I mean, we were petrified kids for a long time. We lived with this, you know, and this is the first time I've ever told anybody, you know, I know a lot of people are hearing this right now, but
Yeah, it's not something you would, but it's a better way to be able to tell this kind of thing, really, because what people would think if you told them this.
yeah. And I tell you, we've had so many things happen, Art. I could go on and on and on.
Well,
We're the ones that had the rocks raining on us.
the rocks raining on you.
Yes, this is very true. In California, Missouri, it rained rocks on us for 3 days.
Yep, I know. Someone else gave us that a little while ago. I find that, I have a hard time with that one. 3 days of rocks. Should have had lots of pictures, huh? East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was me.
Yes, it is. Where are you?
I'm in Hickson, Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Mary. I've been listening to you for a long time. How's your back, by the way?
Actually, Mary, it's better than it's been in a long, long time.
Good, I'm glad. We missed you. Well, I did anyway. I wanted to talk to you about the attack also.
Okay.
All my life, myself and my family have been attacked by things. Most of the time, it's in the bed or in the bedroom.
Yep, that seems to be almost a constant.
In fact, one night, something was grabbing my hand like it was trying to pull me out of bed.
Oh?
And another night, I woke up, I couldn't breathe, and I just saw two red eyes and this black figure.
Red eyes.
Red eyes.
I hate red eyes.
I don't like them either. It scared me, and that happened more than once. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't scream, I couldn't move. It was like a battle of will.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could describe it, was a battle of will to get this thing off of me. I
you hadn't resisted, if you had let this thing, this black thing with red eyes, proceed to what it was going to do, if you'd been frozen in fear and couldn't have moved, what do you think would have happened?
Well, I was frozen, but I wasn't in fear. I just couldn't move. So I think it was trying to take me over. I believe this.
Possession.
Yeah. And it's not just myself this has happened to. It's happened to my husband. It's happened to a couple of my brothers.
Well, the thing about possession is, we have no way of knowing how many possessed people there are. I mean, it may well be that the changes in personality, at least in the beginning, are fairly subtle. But the possession increasingly takes control once it occurs. And how would we ever know, any of us here on Earth, how many are really possessed?
I don't know about anyone else, but I can feel if there's something wrong with people. And I can usually see it in their aura.
Well, there certainly are people where, you just immediately know something is really